Right, welcome back. This episode we're going to be working on the secondary again. There's a few bits I need to, obviously I needed to replace the bearing that was on here. So I actually managed to get the old bearing out. New bearing, which is actually a 6305 bearing. Picked one of those up. I actually took it to a local mechanic and got him to press fit it on. So found that easier than trying to, well, I wasn't quite sure how to get it back on, whether to use a socket and tap it, but I got him to press it. So that's back on. Also you have the new needle roller bearing to replace this one that sits on the shaft inside the big cog. Unfortunately, if you remember, the actual rubbers that were inside the dampers, I've had to clean them up because basically they're no longer available as OE. I can't find any pattern parts anywhere, so I'm going to have to clean some of these edges up and reuse them. Obviously they fit in there, so we'll clean that one up as well. So that bearing's now been replaced. That's fit for the bin. I say new needle roller. If anybody's interested, that's the part number. It's an OE part from Kawasaki. So that's basically the job I want to attack today. There's a few other little bits I want to look at later on as well. A few bits that are obviously going to hopefully help the channel. Will be a few bits I've purchased that have arrived this week. Also, if you remember, probably a couple of episodes ago, I was talking about merchandise and my shop actually sort of starting to take shape. Well, one of the samples has arrived, so these are now available from my shop. Link on screen, link in the description. There are varying designs, as stickers, as hoodies, as a mug. So feel free to go and have a look, but really pleased with how they come out. But as I say, cracking on with today, it's basically rebuild the secondary. Alright, so let's start putting this back together. As I say, the bearing's already been press fitted on, local garage did that. The replacement needle roller bearing, I've actually just got a tub of oil. I'm just letting it soak in the oil for now. As I say, the actual bracket, I'm going to clean that up. That's the bearing from the left side of the outer case. I've got a replacement for that, but I'll push that in when the secondary actually gets fitted. So we've already done the starter clutch repair kit. I'll clean up these washers as well. Alright, so as I say, I'm going to have to reuse these dampers because I've looked everywhere and they're just not available. So they just fit nicely back in. So again, I'm going to refer to my diagram so I know exactly how everything fits in. So without looking, I actually put this cog on the wrong way. It actually fits that way out. And then the next bit will be this that screws in to this, that fits into the dampers, into the cog that basically holds the primary. And then we've got the circlip. Obviously not forgetting the washer in the middle. Now to basically fit this back in over the dampers. Alright, it's finally starting to go. It is quite a tough job. So I should get that in. Right, nearly there. Alright, finally that's back in. There's a groove you can see in the back there. That's actually where the circlip will fit. So next thing is put the circlip on. That's the circlip on, sitting in the groove. That bit is done. So with the other washer, just put that washer inside, slide the cog off the shaft. Alright, that's back in place. Just gently lever down and then manipulate the actual parts of the starter clutch that spring back. So that's now a complete unit. And then basically slide the whole mechanism through. So obviously the replacement bearing goes in the casing. Then you have the O-ring. Obviously I'll be replacing this O-ring, but it's just to show you at the moment. So the O-ring fits round, the bearing fits in the casing, and that bolts up. So that basically sits on that end. And then on this end, you'll have the clamp, a washer, and then the other sprocket. Just take that off because that's in the gasket set. That I'm going to give it a clean up. And they're the old ones that are just going in the bin. That's the basic rebuild of the secondary. Obviously these are the holes in the casing that that I was telling you about. So this casing here takes that bearing, and then you've got the casing the other side, which takes, this is the old one, which is basically pressed in there. And then obviously the secondary cap will fit over. Obviously before, I won't be putting this back in yet because obviously I've got the rest of the bottom of the engine to clean up, the oil pump. You can see it's pretty grotty in there. All this is going to be cleaned out. But I just wanted to basically get that secondary done, then I can move on to the actual crank, get that all cleaned up. I need to have a look at these shells, bearings, etc. So that's going to take a bit more reading and a bit more homework. I need to check these shells and see if they're okay or do they need to be replaced. And the same in the com rod as well, whether they need to be replaced. But so the secondary will basically go back in here. I'll clean this out, replace the bearing, and then I can fit this unit back in. So I'm going to clean these brackets up. So for now I'm just going to leave them in the correct order with the secondary. Right, the other bit I want to talk about is a recent purchase that I've just got, which I'm quite excited about. So let me get that and I'll put it on the bench. Right, and that's the purchase I've just made, ultrasonic cleaner. I didn't go for a big one, I've only gone for a 3 litre. But quite excited about using it, and picks up some parts washer ultrasonic cleaner concentrated fluid, so that should do, I think working it out on a 1 to 10 basis, that should do 16, 17 cleans. So that's going to help me basically do like the small bits. Obviously if I can get that in there, I'll try and clean that up. The inner sprocket cover, the oil filler cap, I'll try and get that in there. Obviously the secondary plug, give that a clean up as well. Some of the bolts, etc. See if they will clean up. And obviously when I get onto the carburettor, primarily that was the main reason, is obviously the carbs. I may even try the pistons as well, see how they go, because they are pretty carboned up. I mean, I did during the week. I'll just show you quickly. Right, let's take out this piston 2. So that's how the pistons actually came out. Quite dirty, quite full of carbon, so need to clean those up. I did manage to get out here a bit during the week and didn't use the cleaner. The cleaner's only just turned up. This was just basically using a sort of a light wire brush. Obviously the inside needs cleaning out, so I used the cleaner for that, but it actually came up quite well. So really pleased with how that came out. Still obviously got the rest to do. As I say, still lots to do, but obviously, yeah, excited about using that. So hopefully next episode I'll basically rig that up. Obviously, important thing, read the instructions first. Never used one, so excited to see how it actually works and comes out, and how clean it brings up parts. I mean, any level of cleanness will be better than obviously some of the parts, especially that. But so that'll be next episode, and then we'll move on to the crank and cleaning out the bottom of the engine, and then I need to try and start cleaning these cases up. Right, so thanks for joining me on that one. As I say, I'm working through this slowly, so this obviously is going to take some time, but obviously I'm learning as I go, so it's slowed down quite a bit. I mean, there are obviously mechanics that will do it a lot faster, but as I say, this is a big learning curve for me. I'm enjoying every second of it. I'm understanding as I go, I'm learning new things, I'm talking to people, I'm picking things up, and hopefully showing everybody else, and then passing on the information I have, so maybe you can have a go at basically on your own bikes, or if you're building a bike. But as I say, that basically just about wraps it up for this week. As I say, the next episode, I'm going to have a look at the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm going to read through it during the week, maybe do a couple of test runs on it, see how it comes out, so I can get used to actually using it. As I said earlier, basically t-shirts now and merchandise are on sale. Link in the description below. There was a link on screen earlier, but link in the description. So as I say, this all goes to help my channel, so hopefully you like what I've come up with. It's, as I say, it will probably change as I go, and ideas and designs will get better. But as usual, link to my Patreon page in the bottom left hand corner, subscribe button bottom right hand corner of every video, so please like and subscribe, give me your feedback, give me your comments, talk to me. If you need any help, I can find out the information and I can pass that on to you. Links to other videos top left and top right, and join me again next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.